Hi, I am Ingela, and I'm the director of Yoga Northwest, for those of you who don't know me. And we just finished one whole week of free online yoga classes. And they were really successful, more successful than we ever imagined. So we had between 10, 15, 20 plus people joining us each class, and we had about 20 classes this last week, and so about an average of 300 people joined us online to do yoga, and it was really amazing, more amazing than I had expected, to be able to see our students face to face and say hi and see them in their home, and them also introducing their husbands or kids to us and that we hadn't met before. So it felt so intimate at the same time as we are in this cyber world right now of teaching yoga and sharing yoga. Yeah, and it was cool too that we could talk to each other before class and after and checking in. And but what was most amazing for me was people that had been my students many years ago, that they were able to join us. I didn't know that they knew. They must still be on our mailing list. They joined us from Colorado, from California, from Alaska, and also even from Africa. I had one of my students that she used to take classes with me 10 plus years ago, and she's now in Africa. I didn't know that. And she is a physician and working for Doctors Without Borders. And she joined me this last Wednesday and Friday morning. And she was excited that she could now do yoga with us from the jungle of Africa. And so that was so heartwarming for me to have this online yoga, being able to connect with people from around the world. And she's so excited, and other people too from around the country, that they have now signed up for 10 class passes that they can do yoga with us online. So that was amazing. But the reality too, this online yoga has been very stressful for me. This is a new technology, and I have been more stressed teaching the classes than ever. Learning a new technology. I'm all alone here. I can't even have my office manager helping. She's been trying, but my equipment's a little different from her equipment, so it's been a little bit of a learning experience, but it's getting better, and it's getting smoother. And if I can learn it, I know a lot of you out there are really intimidated by this online yoga, but I'm going to be 70 in 2 months, and if I can learn it, you can learn it. So I know that it's a little bit of a different world, but we are really happy that we can do this and keep Yoga Northwest alive, and for all of us to be able to still keep sharing our gift of yoga with you. So yes, to be able to do these online classes, that we are doing a huge big overhaul. Well, we were hoping that it was all going to be ready to do paid online classes starting this tomorrow, Monday. But it's not. We are a week behind. So we are still going to be able to share free yoga online with you for a whole next week. So we are doing a huge big overhaul. We are going from quarterly classes that we've had for 40 years into online classes, and which is a huge overhaul on the whole system. And that's the only way we were able to offer online classes, changing it to ongoing classes for us. And so, yeah, it's a big job, and my office manager is working overtime to get that. So for those of you who paid already for our spring classes, the 11-week spring classes, they have now been turned automatically in our new system into a 11 class pass that you can from now on take any classes online, and later on when we get back into the studio, you can take any classes anytime with any teacher up until December 31st. So it's valid for almost a year. And so I know that some of you are needing the money and you've asked for a refund, which we totally respect because it's a challenging time for many. But many of us have been super gracious, and that we appreciate that you have kept your spring 11-week spring registration in our Yoga Northwest bank account. So we can pay our rent, our bills, our teachers, and pay our office manager that's working overtime. So we are so grateful for that support. But we also now, which is amazing, we're getting a lot of people wanting to join us online with the 10 class pass. So we welcome that support as well tremendously. So we are here committed, our Yoga Northwest team, to keep offering you the gift of yoga to help you stay healthy, strong, and safe, and sane during this crazy unknown time of challenges. And this is a time of a lot of stress and a lot of fears and anxiety and worries. But unfortunately, when we have a lot of fear and anxiety and worries, it actually weakens our immune system. And right now we need a strong immune system if in case this little virus come into our body. So we're offering you weekly classes, these classes in the next week and ongoing. But also do your yoga at home to stay strong and healthy on your own mat. And also good relaxing yoga breathing. This is Charlie, by the way, my Rhodesian boy. And this is Leo, my cat. And so, to do good exercises and good breathing, but also to get good night's sleep. And doing our restoratives actually really help. 1 or 2 restoratives a night before going to bed help to keep, help us to get good night's sleep. So this week, some nights I did restoratives a few before going to bed, and my sleep was much better. And last night I didn't, and my sleep was not as good. So tonight I'm doing my restoratives again. So they really help you to have a good night's sleep. They actually strengthen the immune system too. But I also believe this is a good time to get out and get fresh air. I know they tell us to stay home, but I also believe it's really good for us to get out into nature. But get away from people. See if you can go out in nature early in the morning when there are no people out on the trails. Or take your car to get up into the mountains, or get the boat, get out. Because I think being in nature is really healing right now. But I also use my face mask now when I'm taking my walks out. And but I also believe it's a good time not to go out and talk. Because when you talk, you're breathing through your mouth. So go out alone in nature. When you breathe through your mouth, the viruses, if there are any crawling around, because they stay around in the air, then when you talk, you're breathing with your mouth and the viruses go right into your lungs. When you breathe through your nose, when your mouth is closed, and also through a face mask, that the nasal, there are little bacilli that cleanses, moisten, and warms the air to the lungs. The viruses they like cold, dirty, and dry air. So it's really good to breathe through your nose. Of course, when we do yoga, we know that. But also out and about right now, when you're outside. So I recommend not going out and talking to people. Go out in nature, be quiet. And go out early in the morning. Also, if you need to go shopping, go really early at 6 or 7. When the air is clean in the stores. And use your face mask if you really need to go to the store. And that's a safer time. But this is also time to eat lots of fresh fruits and vegetables, lots of good vitamins, and avoid sugar and alcohol. That actually weakens the immune system. But also to take vitamin G, which is the vitamin of gratitude, because they also done testing that when we recall gratitude, it actually strengthens our immune system. So it has been a total life changes for me, even before this coronavirus came into our life, that recalling things I'm grateful for has been a total life-changing experience. So I actually, this sounds crazy, but I thank my dishwasher every time I empty my dishwasher. I thank my dishwasher. I thank my washing machine for cleaning my clothes. I I thank, when I turn on light, I thank that I have light in the evenings, and I have heat. I thank my house for giving me shelter. I thank my bed for giving me warmth, and I also thank that I have food in the refrigerator, and I have toilet paper. So there's millions of things to be thankful for. But most of all, I'm really thankful that I have yoga to keep my body, my mind, my heart, and my soul happy. But they also done testing that when we recall loving kindness to others, it also strengthens our immune system. So the mind is powerful. The mind is powerful. So in yoga, we're learning how to go from unhealthy attitudes into healthy attitudes. So the attitude of loving kindness is also powerful. So right now, I'm actually reaching out to send thoughts of care to my family and friends far away, with emails, with calling. Today, I'm actually going to call my sister in Spain. She lives there, but also to send loving kindness and care to all the people that are working so hard right now in our hospitals. It's unbelievable, and not just doctors, but nurses and all the people all the way down, even to janitors, keeping the spaces clean. And loving kindness and gratitude to people that are still out in the fields growing and creating food for us, and the truck drivers that are bringing the food from the field to the stores, and for people still working in the stores amidst this pandemic that are serving us the food, the checkers. So I think it's also time right now of priorities, that I really don't think we need billionaires anymore, but we need to really value all the people from the food chain, from the bottom up, all the people that are working really hard. They need a living they need a living wage, and they also need 100% health care, and they need job protection, they need unemployment, they need sick leave, etc., parental leave. I think this is showing us, in this country especially, how our safety net is so full of huge big holes. In Europe, it's showing that they have a much stronger health safety net. So I think our priorities, we really need to see how can we change our whole priority, not just our individual priorities, social priorities, but the priorities of this country. And another thing that I think is insane, that we are spending our hard-earned tax money for trillions of dollars stockpiling missiles and bombers to kill people, while we don't have a stockpile of face masks, of testing tubes, and of ventilators. Like, hello! In Japan, when I lived in Japan, there was a beautiful word that was kuru kuru pa. That means crazy. And it's crazy, kuru kuru pa, that I think we need to totally change our priorities now. I think this is a time to really reflect what is really, really, really important for our individual health and happiness, for our social health and happiness, and for our environmental health and happiness priorities. So, I'm so grateful that I have yoga to help bring health and happiness to my body, to my being, to my life, and help yoga helping us to live more mindfully, joyfully, and soulfully in our body, in our community, on this beautiful, amazing life, and to honor life, this gift of life. So take care, love you all, and hope to see you online and back in the studio, hopefully when we get back. Love you all. Mwah.